So if you have a Google account, Gmail account, probably using apps like YouTube, Google Maps, Google Chrome, and a lot of other Google applications, then Google might probably knows a lot about you, like your locations, where you have been, or your browser history, and maybe probably a lot more than you can ever think of. Honestly, I know that this is quite difficult because these Google applications are really amazing applications that we can unavoidably avoid, in our daily lives. Maybe, we want to use Google Maps for locations, you want to use Google Weather to check the weather, you want to use Google Chrome to browse the internet, you want to use YouTube to watch videos and do a lot of things. Google applications are amazing applications. I have to tell you, like, you can not do without using them most likely in a day, either by phone or by some more activities you want to do or something, and it's part of our daily life. So it's quite understanding that the applications are really great and you cannot avoid using them. But the honest truth is that Google knows a lot about you as long as you keep using these apps. So possibly when you're trying to install these apps, you might accept their terms and conditions by allowing Google to access your location, your microphone, your camera, and your lot more. So to be clear, you've granted Google permissions to all this stuff while you're trying to install those apps or use those apps. So basically Google have access to those informations when you use those apps because you have granted the permission to Google. So if you're an Android user, Google is probably listening to you. Then if you are probably using some other operating system, there's also a chance that someone might probably be eavesdropping on you by one way or the other. And this is actually very, a kind of a concern when you feel like, oh, someone is listening to you and without you being aware or whatever. Privacy and data is actually very important, and you want to ensure that there's privacy of your information, your data, or whatever you do. And I can understand the concern. I will share more exciting videos around how you can how Google is listening to you, how you've activated that prompt, and you're trying to definitely take away that feature or that ability for Google to listen to you as well. So make sure you stick around this YouTube channel to watch other videos on that, because I'm going to be releasing a lot of videos around privacy, security, things like phishing, malicious viruses, all those kind of security experiences you might actually encounter doing your doing interacting with computer and all that. So make sure you stick to this video to watch exciting videos on this channel on that. So back to this, what I feel is that most users ignores a lot of things around reading privacy and terms before just accepting it, and this is the issue we have when the user browses the internet. They just click yes on everything without you knowing that you've accepted a lot of things already. So I'm just gonna quickly take you through how you can actually get rid of that ability if you don't want Google to read your location, your house, whatever you're actually doing, or you don't want Google to be tracking things around you that you have probably accepted when doing registering your Gmail or using those applications as well. Now here is one solution that can help you solve this. Go to takeout.google.com, where you can see all the data points of all the information Google have about you. After that, if you want to turn them off and you don't want Google to have access to all this information, then you need to go to this URL you're seeing on my screen. Go to myaccount.google.com/data and privacy, and you'll definitely see how you can turn off this feature. So there's one key information I want you to see there. So Google stated clearly there things you have done and places you have been. So clearly you see things that Google is having access to. So you see things like your data and privacy options, things you have done, places you've been, information that you can share with others, data from apps and services you have used, and more. So feel free to turn all of them off if you don't want Google to keep seeing them or using this data. So conclusively, Google has stated it clearly that they take your data seriously and they do not sell your data. And I understand that they also stated there that they can probably use your data to provide better experiences for you, and that is true. Sometimes Google recommends stuff on internet that is quite useful for me due to the access they have for my data and which the permission you have given to them as well. So one thing I would just encourage you or advise you for is that I ensure that you don't probably give Google all the access to every of your part of your data, and just limit what you want Google to use and what you don't want them to use, rather than just honestly accepting everything. And before you know, you start saying things you talk about, see things you don't want to see, or things that you feel like, oh, I talked about this and it's showing up on my heart already and all that. So it's quite an interesting thing to be ensure that you have your data is secured and you are very watchful and careful about everything you do. Yeah, so I hope this video has helped someone. So if this video has helped someone, make sure you subscribe to this channel if you haven't, and or probably share this video with someone who might potentially need it. And of course, thanks for watching this video, and I will see you in the very next one. Cheers and stay sharp.